Tale of Andrew Carlson. On February 25, 2003, the SEC arrested 44-year-old Andrew Carlson for insider trading. He made 126 trades in the U.S. stock market, turning $800 into a staggering $350 million in just 2 weeks. At first, it was dismissed as luck, but his consistently risky yet successful investments raised suspicion. During a 4-hour interrogation, Carlson shocked investigators by claiming he was a time traveler from the year 2256. He said he knew exactly which stocks would succeed and used that knowledge to make his fortune. Carlson offered to trade valuable information for a lighter sentence and the chance to return to his time. He promised to reveal the cure for AIDS, the exact date of the U.S. invasion of Iraq, and the location of Osama bin Laden. However, he refused to disclose anything about his time machine or how it operated. Investigators dismissed him as delusional, but strangely, no records of Carlson existed before December 2002. Even more puzzling, an anonymous person posted his $1 million bail, and Carlson disappeared before his hearing. Though the entire story was eventually debunked as a hoax, many still believe there's more to the tale, with some speculating that authorities may be hiding the truth. To this day, the mystery of Andrew Carlson continues to intrigue conspiracy theorists. Puzzling death of Elisa Lam. In 2013, a young woman named Elisa Lam, an aspiring writer from Canada, traveled to Los Angeles. She checked into the infamous Cecil Hotel, but things took a dark turn. On January 31st, the day Elisa was supposed to leave for Santa Cruz, she mysteriously disappeared. The investigation led to the discovery of strange CCTV footage from the hotel's elevator. In the video, Elisa looked disoriented and anxious, stepping in and out of the elevator, pressing all the buttons, and appearing to talk to someone who wasn't there. Her erratic behavior puzzled investigators. Weeks later, on February 19th, guests at the hotel began complaining about the water, describing it as foul-tasting and having low pressure. When maintenance checked the rooftop water tank, they made a gruesome discovery. Elisa's body was found inside. This shocking development sparked many paranormal theories, with people speculating that supernatural forces were involved. However, there was no concrete evidence to support these claims. Forensics found no signs of physical trauma or struggle, but it was revealed that Elisa had bipolar disorder. The most plausible theory is that she may have stopped taking her medication, leading to a mental breakdown that caused her to accidentally or intentionally end up in the water tank. Still, it remains just a theory. To this day, the true events surrounding Elisa Lam's tragic death remain an unsolved mystery, leaving many unanswered questions. Legend of D.B. Cooper. On the evening before Thanksgiving in 1971, a man using the name Dan Cooper boarded a Northwest Orient Airlines flight from Portland. Everything seemed normal until he handed a note to a flight attendant, revealing that he had a bomb in his briefcase. Remaining calm and polite, Cooper quietly made his demands: 4 parachutes, $200,000 in $20 bills, and a fuel truck ready to refuel the plane when it landed. Getting that much cash quickly was difficult, so the pilot was instructed to keep circling the Portland area until the money and other demands were prepared. Throughout the entire situation, the passengers remained unaware of what was happening. Once the cash and fuel were ready, the plane safely landed in Portland. Cooper received the money and released the passengers, keeping only the crew on board. He then ordered the plane to be refueled and directed the crew to fly toward Mexico. Cooper insisted that the plane maintain a low altitude of 10,000 feet. In a daring move, resembling a scene from a Mission Impossible, D.B. Cooper locked the crew in the cockpit, put on all the parachutes, and jumped out of the plane into the night. Despite 45 years of investigation, D.B. Cooper has never been found, making his case one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in FBI history. Mystery of MH370. Malaysian flight MH370 departed from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, on March 8, 2014, headed for Beijing with 239 people on board. However, the plane disappeared from radar over the South China Sea and was never found. Air traffic controllers in both Vietnam and Malaysia lost track of the plane that night, but a military radar detected it. The radar showed MH370 flying towards the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the opposite direction of Beijing. Still, this only revealed its path, not its exact position. A new clue came a few days later when investigators discovered that MH370 had tried to connect to a satellite 7 times. Based on the plane's fuel range, satellite data, military radar, ocean currents, and other factors, investigators pinpointed a search area, which was about 2,000 kilometers west of Australia. This area became known as the Seventh Arc. Despite years of searching and billions of dollars spent by 7 different companies, MH370 has not been found. Some people believe Captain Zahari may have deliberately crashed the plane, possibly due to suicidal thoughts, while others think a lack of oxygen in the cabin caused everyone on board to lose consciousness, leading to the crash. But these are just theories, and the disappearance of MH370 remains one of aviation's greatest mysteries. Horrific story of the Burari Deaths. On July 1, 2018, the quiet Burari neighborhood in Delhi, India, was shaken by the horrifying discovery of 11 members of the Bhatia family dead in their home. 10 family members were found hanging together in a single room, their eyes blindfolded, mouths sealed with black tape, and hands tied behind their backs. The eldest member, Narayani Devi, was found strangled in another room. Initially, authorities suspected a mass murder, but as the investigation unfolded, the case took a chilling turn. Diaries discovered throughout the house revealed strange rituals and instructions the family had been following for years, supposedly aimed at attaining salvation and meeting God. The autopsy confirmed that all the deaths were due to hanging, but what baffled investigators was the absence of any struggle. Moreover, the family had carried out regular activities the night before, like stocking milk in the refrigerator and recharging mobile phones, which seemed to contradict the idea of a planned mass suicide. According to the diaries, the family believed that after they hanged themselves, their deceased father would return from the dead to rescue them and reunite the family. Tragically, no such miracle occurred. The case left investigators and the public in shock, raising disturbing questions about the family's mental state and the extreme beliefs that led them to this tragic end. The Burari deaths remain one of the most unsettling and mysterious cases in India. The Phoenix Lights Enigma. In March 1997, an unusual event occurred in the skies over Phoenix, Arizona. On a strange night, mysterious lights appeared in a triangular formation, lighting up the sky. These were not ordinary airplane lights, but the lights of a massive, unidentified flying object. Some witnesses described seeing a large, square-shaped object, while others believed it was cigar-shaped. However, since it was nighttime, no one could confirm exactly what it was. What made the incident even more puzzling was that this giant object made no noise at all, despite its size. Even with numerous witnesses, the true nature of the Phoenix Lights remains unknown. A few days after the event, the military claimed the lights were simply part of a routine military exercise that the public had misinterpreted. But the lights were reportedly so low to the ground that some people believed they could have thrown rocks at them. How could a military aircraft fly so close to buildings without making any sound? Many were convinced the military was covering something up. Arizona's governor at the time, Fife Symington, dismissed the military's explanation. He even held a press conference to declare that the lights were indeed from a UFO, suggesting the possibility of extraterrestrial activity. The Phoenix Lights were never seen again, leaving behind one of the most famous and mysterious UFO sightings in history. Serial Killings by Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper was an unidentified serial killer responsible for the gruesome murders of at least 5 women in 1883 London's Whitechapel district between August 7th and September 10th, 1888. All of the victims were prostitutes, and each had either an abusive or absent partner. What made the Ripper's crimes infamous was the sheer brutality. Victims were found with their throats slashed and abdomens mutilated. Yet, despite the horrific nature of the killings, none of the women showed signs of physical abuse before the attack. The consecutive murders triggered a massive investigation by the London Metropolitan Police, which lasted around 4 years, but the killer was never caught. The case took a chilling turn when the Central News Agency of London received letters, supposedly from the killer, describing his gruesome pleasure in committing the murders. The most notorious of these, the From Hell letter, was sent to the chairman of the Whitechapel Vigilance Committee, along with half a human kidney, believed to be from one of the victims. Many people speculated that Jack the Ripper had some knowledge of anatomy, given the way the bodies were dissected. Several suspects were identified, but the lack of concrete evidence prevented authorities from making an arrest. To this day, Jack the Ripper remains a shadowy, elusive figure who terrorized the East End of London and left behind one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. Mystery of the Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines, located in the arid plains of southern Peru, are thought to date back to 500 BC. But these aren't just random lines. When viewed from above, they reveal detailed drawings. Picture massive shapes etched into the earth, depicting animals like hummingbirds and monkeys, swirling patterns, and even human figures. The largest figure stretches an impressive 630 feet, nearly the length of 2 football fields. By 2020, around 80 to 100 figures had been uncovered, with archaeologists believing even more are hidden beneath the surface. How did ancient people create such enormous designs? No one knows for sure. Some theories suggest they used small-scale models to guide the creation of the larger figures, while others think they swung heavy weights on ropes to carve the lines into the ground. The purpose behind these massive drawings is equally puzzling. Some historians believe the lines were made as offerings to the gods, a way for the Nazca people to connect with the divine. Others propose that they served as calendars, tracking the seasons. Another theory is that they were linked to water storage, an essential resource in the dry region. And finally, some suggest that the Nazca were simply having fun, with not much else to do. The true reason behind the Nazca Lines remains one of history's great mysteries.
Crypto Queen.
Bulgarian Oxford graduate Ruja Ignatova gained worldwide recognition for her revolutionary cryptocurrency project, OneCoin. Dubbed the Crypto Queen, she attracted significant attention and investment, convincing many people to invest their life savings with promises of massive returns. However, there was a shocking truth behind it all. OneCoin wasn't real. It was nothing more than a fake treasure hunt without any real value, as there was no digital track record to validate the currency's legitimacy. Experts soon discovered that OneCoin operated as a pyramid scheme. In such schemes, early investors made money from the funds of new investors, creating the illusion of a legitimate, profitable venture. But like all pyramid schemes, the system eventually collapsed when more and more people poured in their money, expecting to get rich. The crash left thousands of people financially ruined as the truth about OneCoin emerged. In October 2017, just as U.S. authorities were closing in on her fraudulent empire, Ignatova mysteriously vanished. She boarded a flight from Bulgaria to Greece and hasn't been seen since. Her disappearance triggered an international manhunt, with the FBI offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to her capture. Despite years of searching, Ignatova's whereabouts remain unknown, and she continues to be one of the most wanted fugitives in the world. The Crypto Queen, who once promised fortune, has instead left behind a legacy of betrayal and mystery.
Subscribe for more interesting stuff. Tell us your experience in the comments.